the sky. Open up your window, let the sun in, and sing out with your arms stretched open wide. Hello world!
Hello, world!
Hello, world!
Good morning, Chloe.
Good morning, Matt. Oh, I love that new intro.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There's nothing better than puppies in Halloween costumes.
Nothing better.
I mean, literally
dogs in disguise.
nothing better.
Nothing.
It's our Halloween week here on 2MB Studios. So we're kicking it off. You know, we got Halloween coming up this Saturday.
Yeah.
Let
me tell you everything about Halloween that I'm excited and upset about.
Okay. Are we going to start with excited or upset? Or do I have to decide?
It's both.
Oh,
it's both.
Oh, okay.
It's a full moon.
Really?
It's a blue moon. And it's daylight saving, so there's an extra hour.
I'm very
Do you
excited
understand now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my wife and I are going up to Maine this weekend. We're going up to. I know. Oh, I'm so excited. We're going to a place called Owl's Head, which is like 3.5 hours north of here. And it's. I was looking at the map yesterday, and I'm so excited to go because it's like on the coast. There's like all these islands just off the coast. There's lighthouses. It's and it's Maine.
And it's Maine. Blueberries.
Yeah. So Clay, I've had a bit of a morning.
Oh, really?
I wanted to tell you this story. I was going to tell this story to Mike earlier, but I was like, it's just better that
save it for the show.
Yeah. So this morning, since we're leaving Wednesday, and we're going to be gone Wednesday through Sunday. My wife is taking that time off, so she decided instead of working from home today, she would work from the office. So I got up a little early. I got up a little early today to make sure that Gracie, our husky, got a nice walk. Mm-hmm. And I walked her over to this kind of little grassy area, just a few blocks from my house,
as you do,
so she could run around and do her business. And Gracie has this habit of finding things and then rolling in them. And rolling in smelly things. And we've found her she's rolled in like rabbit poop before and things like that. But today was a special day.
Wow.
Today she starts doing the roll thing, and she's got a retractable leash, so she's a little bit farther away from me as I come up on the area she's rolling in. It's actually barf. She had rolling in some barf that was on the side of the street because Massachusetts.
And were they partying last night? Were there Halloween parties last night?
I don't know. Thankfully, she didn't get a lot on her.
That's good.
But so my morning consisted of bringing her home, getting some dish soap on a paper towel, wiping it down, then taking her out. There's a hose out beside our house. We had to, and then I have to dry her off because she's got so much floof. It's been a morning.
What a great start.
Yeah, and now here she is. She's just happy to be here. Just walking through.
Oblivious to
everything. Yeah, she's too adorable for me to get upset with her.
Yeah, no, you can't say that.
She doesn't know any better, but she should.
It's a survival mechanism for dogs. That's the cuteness keeps them alive.
It really is. Don't get a dog unless you have a hose or access to a hose. or a small dog that you can just put into the
sink.
tub or the sink. Like our other dog Annie is about she's like a 13-pound terrier mix. So she she
Travel
showers
size.
up. She showers up just fine. But Gracie doesn't like to get in the tub. She doesn't mind the hose so much. We took her to the laundromat once. There's a place in Alewife called the Laundromat. Which is a wonderful little place. And we took her there, and she was not a fan.
Oh, my dog! I can't take him anywhere that he knows that I'm gonna just leave him. Because he'll start.
Laundromat is self-serve, so you basically walk your dog in, and they have these big sinks that have like little gates that open, and then they walk up, and you close it, and then it's got like aprons you can put on, and
laundromat.
It's laundromat.
When you've got a dog, but no hose.
Yeah, that's their tagline. Oh my goodness! So welcome to the show. We're just chatting away. Very excited. We've got two very wonderful guests today. But before we get to our guests, I do want to talk about our fact of the day.
Please.
And it's great. Our fact of the day is a little bit of a callback to a previous fact of the day. Before we put it up, Chloe, do you remember us talking about a gentleman by the name of Cecil Chubb?
How could I forget Cecil Chubb?
Cecil Chubb. Do you remember what Cecil Chubb did?
Absolutely not.
A name like Cecil Chubb, that's really all you can remember. So Cecil Chubb was the last person to buy Stonehenge.
Right. Yeah.
So you think Stonehenge, you pictures up druids and fog, and it's kind of creepy with it being Halloween. Yeah.
It's a mystical site.
And then picture a man by the name of Cecil Chubb purchasing said Stonehenge.
I just imagine anything Cecil Chubb does is like accompanied by a tuba.
Oh, absolutely. He's got a full marching band that follows him everywhere. A full brass band. Today we're talking about Cecil Chubb again.
God bless him.
Because on this date in 1918 is when he actually gave Stonehenge to the British nation.
Oh, how generous of him.
How generous of him. He's like, you know what? It's too much. It's tacky. It doesn't. There he is. Look at that.
Okay.
If that doesn't look like a Cecil Chubb, I don't know what does. Yeah. He had so much opportunity to call it Chubbhenge.
I'm surprised by how handsome he is. I'll be honest.
Really? Yeah, you wouldn't think a man by the name of Cecil Chubb would be that good looking.
Yeah, but I guess Cecil was a more stylish name in his time.
Yeah.
Or Cecil.
Chubb has never been a stylish name.
Chubb has never been elegant.
Nope, it's just something we deal with. So that's your fact of the day.
I love it.
Yeah. But our question is not going to be about Mr. Chubb.
Yeah.
Or Stonehenge. Our fact of our trivia question today is going to be because of the fact that it is in fact National Pumpkin Day.
Wow.
I got a pumpkin right here.
Look at that.
But it's National Pumpkin Day. Look at all that pumpkin.
You got a pile of pumpkins. I hear the smaller ones. The smaller ones are better for the pies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the ones that are like this size, sweet pumpkins.
Are better for pies.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, if you've never made a pumpkin pie with fresh ingredients, like the best pumpkin pie I ever made, I made my own. We didn't have sweetened condensed milk. Oh. And so I had to make my own. And it turned out to be the best pumpkin pie I think I've ever tasted. And I'm like, I don't consider myself, a baker. But I crushed that pie.
I love pumpkin pie. It's probably one of my favorite things in the world. And the fact that we're coming into the season, like November, December, where it's like pie season almost.
Yeah. You're hyped, huh?
Yeah, this is. I'm going to be very, very happy. Pie, eggnog, all that stuff. I love all the holiday foods. It's one of my favorite things. My wife has not recently. She within the last year or so, she's been working towards vegetarian. Like she's becoming a vegetarian, just cutting down on meat.
Yeah,
and it's gonna make Thanksgiving a little tense around the Fear household this year. Yeah, because I don't know how I'm gonna eat a whole turkey.
Yeah,
but I will.
You'll do it. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Because I'm making a turkey. Making a turkey is like one of my favorite things to do. I do. It's just fun to do, and it's so delicious. So we'll see. We'll keep you updated on that. So the trivia question today is about pumpkins, and it's early jack-o'-lanterns were made by carving what? And they're not pumpkins, but there are two other things that they used instead of pumpkins.
I think I actually know the answer to this.
Nice. We'll talk about it at so many leftover turkey sandwiches. That's my favorite turkey sandwiches. So good.
Or turkey soup.
Turkey soup.
The bounty of
turkey. Turkey, like open face, like turkey sandwiches with like
cranberry sauce,
and all that stuff on top. Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
I love a good cranberry relish.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't? So let's go ahead and bring out our first guest of the day. Very excited about both our guests today. Our first guest, she is an author. She's written several books, including The Heavens and the Country of Ice Cream Star. Wow. Which is a post-apocalyptic kind of tale that evidently includes some sort of pandemic, which I'm excited to talk about. Let's welcome to the show Sandra Newman. Sandra, good morning.
Hi.
How are you this morning?
I'm pretty good. I'm still kind of half asleep. Like I can't actually see yet. I'm sort of like a newborn kitten. You know that feeling? But
yeah,
absolutely. I usually don't wake up until probably about 11:15. So I don't wake up usually until right after this show is over. And that's when I'm like, oh, what happened? We're here. Why am I sitting in front of my computer?
Then really, like before you've woken up.
So where are you calling us from today, Sandra?
I am in Manhattan. Like it's the East Village. It's funny. I look out the window as if I have to check, but yeah.
You're like, yep, it's still there.
The way 2020 is going, you never know. Like you might have teleported in your apartment. It's possible.
So you were saying a little before the show that there's a little bit of a festival atmosphere in Manhattan right now.
Yeah, I mean it's really interesting. It's funny because like since the pandemic, there was a period when it was a ghost town and there was nothing in the streets whatsoever. Like as I think Trump said, it was a ghost town, but it was really, and that was actually everyone's favorite period because it was your kind of post-apocalyptic fantasy of New York, and you got to walk down the streets completely alone, and I mean scary, but also just an incredible experience. But now, like everything has to be outdoors. So there are bands playing in the streets, and like all the restaurants have tents set up on the sidewalk and with, Christmas lights and everything. And it's this kind of weird circus / a music festival atmosphere, which is really kind of amazing. And
yeah,
I mean, it's again, like terrible things are happening to the economy. And of course there is the disease underlying it all. But it is sort of, party like it's 1999 kind of atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean we laugh so we don't cry. So we have to keep our spirits up. So well, hopefully that will continue. Masks, I'm hoping, like lots of masks.
Oh yeah. We're very good about the masks here. Yeah.
Yeah, because Massachusetts was doing this whole, let's all eat outside and everybody's doing great. But now we're seeing like all our numbers are spiking, like all the COVID cases are getting crazy. And it's like, oh, well, we're not doing it right. We're doing something, but we're not doing the right thing. I just recently, I had a COVID test yesterday because we're doing this trip, and I had to do it myself. I had to, yeah. I'd much prefer someone else to administer my COVID test.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Just thinking about it makes my eyes water a little bit. So Sandra, you work with a theater company called the Patchwork Theater, yes?
No, that Patchwork Theater was.
Did I get wrong information? I hope not.
I think you might have. Okay, no. So Patchwork Theater. I used to live in Chelmsford, as I was telling you before the show began, that we were debating about whether Chelmsford actually counted as part of Boston. So in Chelmsford, Massachusetts, this was like the community theater that I grew up in. So I started going when I was about 10, and we all basically lived there. So I wrote an essay about it once. I think this is where the confusion arises. So,
okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. We're working now that this show's been going long enough. Now that we worked through all the guests of people that I knew, and now we're starting to bring on guests that I don't know. So we're actually starting to be an actual talk show now, where we bring on people that we don't know. But yeah, I'm very familiar with living basically with a community theater company. Tell me about that then. Like, how did that kind of get you? Did that like help you? Like, did you know you wanted to write at that point, or did they like help like inspire you?
Well, it was sort of interesting. Like I did always write, but when I was a small child, I used to make these books that were basically lined paper, and I would write the books in pencil, and then I would staple them together and draw a picture on the cover, which was also lined, of course. So, and like my great opus still exists, that I still have the book, which I should have had prepared if I had known that we were going to discuss this important subject. But it's called Love's Magic Lands, and it was about a stuffed lion cub called Love, who escapes from his home with his friend Lemon Lime, who's an orange plastic lion cub, with a real lion cub that belonged to a friend of mine that I really wanted. Actually, so Lemon Lime, it was sort of like I shipped them in this story. So Love and Lemon Lime went on this adventure to various magic lands. That was Love's Magic Lands. And it was illustrated.
Oh, that's so great.
My illustrations were not like I really was not going to grow up to be an illustrator. Let's just say that. But
that's that sounds like something I would be very much into. Like, just thinking about that, it's like, oh God, that sounds so adorable.
Yeah,
so moving forward. Oh, go ahead, Chloe.
Yeah, and good news for you. Most children's books have a separate author and illustrator, so you could just get it re-illustrated. Yeah. I'd still read it either way.
Yeah,
I think.
Absolutely. So from that being, would you say that was your first book then? The book, this Love and Lemon book.
I am not, I think it goes back there. There were a bunch of, I'm not sure which book was written first. There was another one called Liberty Forever, which was about a horse that escaped from home. I was very big into running away when I was a child. So,
oh yeah,
we were about animals that escaped and ran away.
So let's flash forward to you're currently working on a book. Yes, you mentioned before the show that this was a very kind of an interesting thing. What tell us about this new book you're working on?
Okay, so the new book I'm working on, it's basically about a world in which all of the men disappear. So all men, boys, and I'll get back to how I'm finding that. It's basically all people who have Y chromosome, just to make it simple for the author, actually. They all disappear. And
our chat is into it.
as you might expect, if you're me anyway, everything is immediately much better. The women then create like an all-woman world, and one of the kind of enduring jokes about in the book is that basically there's a mourning period, but then everyone just carries on as if this is normal. And so, yeah, but the book is actually about those few women who are just hung up on whoever they lost, their son, their husband, their father, whoever it is who was most important in their lives. And they spend the entire book trying to find out where the men went and looking for them and solving the mystery of what happened to find the men who mattered to them. That's the plot, but basically, you know, the atmosphere of the book is that world with no men in it and what that would be like.
It reminds me of there was a graphic novel that I read. I think I finished. I started it at one point and then stopped, and then because there's so many in the series called Why Last Man Standing, and it's about basically this kind of like pandemic kind of thing that happens where all the men in this book just straight up die. Like everybody just dies. Like they don't disappear; they die horribly. And then there's just one dude. There's one dude that's left, and it's pretty brutal. But this sounds like a fascinating book. Do you have like a title for it yet, or are you?
Oh yeah. It's called The Men.
The Men. And when is it scheduled to come out?
In early 2021. No, 2022. Sorry, it takes forever for books to come out. You know, I've just kind of turned it in and gotten it sold, but then it takes another year and a bit for them to actually get to the point where it's a book that you can buy.
Really? What's the what do they do in that year's time? Like what has to be done?
Mostly, I mean, there's a bit of a period for an editing process, but after that, it's all publicity. So you're sort of just building buzz for that entire period, which I guess I'm starting to do now. Hi, I'm buzzing the book. But
oh, wonderful!
Buzz.
Yeah, you were my first buzz. So
honored.
Start talking about this book, everyone. The Men.
Yeah, they send the book to like it's sort of like they send it to everybody in publishing, and then to other writers, and people say it's good, and then they send a new kind of like version of the book with those quotes on it to reviewers and so on, and it builds from there. So, I mean, unless you are Pete Buttigieg, who just put out a book where you can just like write it or have someone write it for you, really, and in a few months, and then publish it the next day, and it's fine.
That's fine.
So
the buzz.
Are there going to be like will they like have you do like rewrites or anything? Like will anything in the book change between like what you're finished, like what you sent them and what actually comes out? Will things change in the book from that?
Oh yeah, that always happens. And I mean, what I always get, and I think a lot of people get, is that basically they're sort of like, oh, we love the book, only except that ending, like the ending makes no sense whatsoever, and then you as the author look at it and you're sort of like, well, you know, it actually makes no sense because I was like, I had run out of time to finish the ending, and I just kind of figured out the ending that felt like it worked, but now I have to make the ending actually realistic. It's that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. So this is what number book for you, as far as like published, not counting your early works. What number book is this for you?
Let's see. I always get confused, and I'll tell you why afterwards. So I'm not sure. I think it's I think this is my fifth novel, and then there were three. And then there was a memoir, and then there were three other nonfiction books. So that's 9. Yes. So this would be my 9th official book. I did also, though, write 3 erotic romances under a pseudonym.
So, how very Anne Rice of you.
What?
I said, how very Anne Rice of you.
Yeah, they were not of that level. They're not going to be cherished as timeless classics by fans of the genre. That's not going to happen. I'm just gonna.
You never know. You don't know that until it happens, and then
I am one of the few people on Earth who know actually that this is. I do get royalties for the first one. Like I actually get royalties every year of about $7. So I get a check for $7 every year because that book is still selling.
And what is the book? I mean, this is a morning show, but we can get a little
saucy.
We can get a little saucy.
Okay, so the one that's still selling. This was not the second one was my favorite, but the one that's still selling is called Pleasure U. Then it's a pun. It's the Pleasure U because it's a university for sex.
Oh, it's a sex-versity.
Sex-versity. Yeah.
I love that. I'm glad it wasn't Pleasure U, EWE. That's a whole nother.
Entirely different genre.
That's a whole different genre.
Yeah.
Sex University.
Incredible. You got to learn somewhere.
And you might as well learn at the collegiate level.
Yeah, it's when you've gone to the sex high school and you.
Then it gets weird.
That's
right.
It's the sex junior college that is very awkward.
Yeah.
You got to get your sex bachelors or sex masters. Pleasure U is the political thriller. Fantastic. So is this the were they like a series? Is it you said the first one was Pleasure U, and then was it were the other books were they all in this kind of sex university world?
No, I mean maybe they should have been, but but no. The second one was actually, this is when I was already getting desperate. It was about jewel thieves, but sex. So it didn't really make my.
Wait, they're trying to steal sex, or they're trying to steal sexy jewels?
They're trying to steal jewel. They're just stealing jewels, but with sex. Nice. It didn't make any sense. I wasn't really a huge fan of the erotic romance genre, so I was kind of trying to write about jewel thieves because I was bored.
Yeah.
But it's just as good as the privates. And then Dazzle O'Davy says sex trade school, which is a whole.
Yeah.
Those are the practical applications.
Yeah, that's when you're gonna specialize early.
The real world applications of that. I love that. So, but the first one's really the only one that gained any traction.
That's right. Yeah, and that's even being a little too kind to it. It also got a really bad review in, I forget what it is. It's like a romance magazine or something. It got a 2-star review, so that was a little bad.
There's a romance magazine.
There's at least 2.
Chloe is subscribe. I mean, I'm going to subscribe
right now.
No, sometimes the bad reviews can be some of the most entertaining things to read. I was in a sketch group back when we were doing live theater, actually in front of people on stages, and we had a review of a person that came to see our show, and the final line of the review was, "I'd rather stare at the sun."
Wait, what group was this for?
This was Terrible People. We had a sketch group called Terrible People, and we were that. Our sketches were
no false advertising there.
No false advertising. But yeah.
Sandra, I know this is probably a difficult question, but if you, of all the books you've written, if you had to pick a favorite, which one are you most fond of?
Oh, The Country of Ice Cream Star. That's my favorite.
And why is that?
I love that title. Yeah.
Why is it? I don't know. It's the one with the biggest heart. So it was the one that I was happiest writing. The heroine is just sort of my idea of a genuinely good person, and she's a hero. It's an adventure story. It's sort of cool. Like I don't know. It's kind of epic fantasy in a way, although it's a realist novel. It doesn't have any magic in it. But she kind of conquers the post-apocalyptic United States. So
cool.
that's it. But it's also, I mean, the thing about that as a book is it's written in this kind of version of English, which is my imaginary future version of English. And that was really fun to devise, although it was, I mean, that was another one of these things where you wrote it and people were like, this is great, except that I don't understand it. So I had to rewrite it, every single sentence, so that people could understand it. And I think now you can. Everybody who is willing to like get past the first few pages can easily understand it, I think. But there's a bit of a learning curve at the beginning. But it was just like so much fun to do that.
That sounds amazing. So it's a country. What is the title? Explain the title. Country of Ice Cream Star. What is Ice Cream Star?
Okay, so this is a world in which I like writing these books that are a world in which, as you see, but anyway, this is a world in which people only live to be 18, 19 years old. So, so one of the results of this is they have children when they're still young teenagers, and they give them the kinds of names that young teenagers would give children. So my heroine is named Ice Cream Star. That's her name.
Oh, very
I
cool.
love that. That's such a great detail.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check this book out. So where can we find your work? Like where's the best place to go and like get these books?
You know, I mean, you could just go to Amazon or Barnes and Noble, but like nowadays, everybody is telling people to go to bookshop.org because then you can still order it online, and but the money goes to independent bookstores.
Oh, so, very cool.
Yeah. So that's the easiest way to order from an independent bookstore if you don't have a bookstore around the corner where that you usually go to.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Bookshop.org. Look up Sandra Newman and definitely find Country of Ice Cream Star. I love that. And then keep a lookout for, you said it was just called The Men?
That's correct. Yes.
Coming
People
out.
Look out for the men.
People look out for the men. That is sadly said, solid advice. Sandra, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and stay safe out there.
Yeah, you too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Fantastic. That sounds like a fantastic book.
Yeah. It's going on my list.
It's going on your list.
Yeah. I'm now through. So my goal is to read 24 books this year, and I fell behind. But I did a lot of catch up with the Little House series. And so I believe I'm done with 16 at this point. 16 books. So I only have 8 left.
Yeah.
That's math.
That's math.
I'm better at literature.
I have not. I used to be a very avid reader. Like I would read all the time, but I have my attention span has gotten much worse. As far as like read, like I can sit and read for a little bit, but if I'm sitting at home, like I can't just sit. But I can't just sit and read. Like I can sit and do computer stuff all day or watch whatever. But I need to get back into that, guys. One word: audiobooks. Yes, audiobooks are fantastic. You're right.
And I also have another piece of advice for this because it took me a long time to figure out. If you are reading a book and it's taking forever, it's probably because you don't actually like it. And you don't have to finish it. It's not a failure on your part if you don't finish a book. It's just that the author wrote something that you're not really into, and you can just move on to another book. I'm giving you permission right now, everybody.
Yeah. The problem with audiobooks, and I think Bella hanging live. Good to see you, Bella. Thanks for watching. She plays audiobooks while you play an app game, and I do that too. But then I start focusing on the game, and then I miss a bunch of stuff in the book.
Yep.
So I think that's because then I get distracted and I do other things.
Good for you.
Amanda,
yes.
me too. I'm so bad at starting books and then not finishing them.
Yeah, that's it. Like, that's how you know if you like a book. I used to think it was like super. Yeah, right. I used to think it was super impolite to like not finish a book, or like there was something wrong with me. It's just like, this book is just not for me. We don't have to do it.
Right. Chloe, I think we've come to a time in the show where we call YouTubing. I'm very very excited to show you this week's video.
Yes, please.
So this is a video that my wife sent me on Facebook. She sent me that it's a TikTok. It's a guy from TikTok, but it's not a TikTok video. It's a video about his TikToks.
Oh,
yeah.
Meta.
It's very meta, and I'm very excited to show this to you. This really made my day.
The nerve of some people around here, I don't know. Patrick, do you think I put that email there for you? You are sadly mistaken, and you clearly have a much higher opinion of you standing in this place. Patrick, you got to be kidding me. Walk up the hill, turn around. Here's Patrick. No, we don't want you around here. Go on, get out. Get out. Creeping hard, huh? Alan, you are the worst shape ever. Go over there with the rest of them. Alan! Go on, get! Jesus, Kate! What have you done with it? Well, this is now high stress tractor driving. Where's the plan of the damn car? Yep, that'd be right, wouldn't it? Bloody Kate! Excuse me. You're in the way. I nearly ran you straight over. Come on, pal. Come on. This is no place to sleep. I need to sow the paddock. Get out of the way. Come on. Come on, little buddy. I don't want to touch you because your mum will get upset. She's already upset with me enough. That's a good kid. Go on. No! One step further. There we go. Go find your mother. Righto, listen up. Who does it belong to? Come on, own up. It didn't just fall out of the sky. Whose is it? Oh, Barbara. Keep your children together. Thank you, Barbara.
Thank you, Barbara.
Don't scream. Don't scream. Don't scream. Yep, you're doing a really good job. But for the love of God, Patrick, you're not a sheepdog. Get out of here.
Incredible.
This is something we're very familiar with in the Midwest.
Righto, you freelance bastards, everybody out. Check your passports. Yeah, all of you, get out, you're done.
Weevils. This guy is my new hero.
Sure, we can fight through the fence and destroy it. But when we're in the same paddock, we don't want to sort it out. Nah, we're going to pretend we can't see each other. Figure it out, you two.
Figure it out.
Oh, there we go. What, that's it? Are you going to go kiss and cuddle now? I don't want to hear about this at 3 a.m. when you decide to have another go about who's got the bigger genitals. Come on, fellas. Figure it out.
Figure it out.
Figure it out. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this guy's the hero I didn't know I needed.
Insane.
Welcome,
I love it.
welcome to my world. So now,
Patrick.
yeah. Now
I
my wife
need-
and I just go, thank you, Barbara.
Come on, who says this?
Yeah. And Patrick.
That's so great.
Oh, Patrick.
Those animals are just incorrigible.
Right? That's TikTok I can get behind.
Yeah. oh my gosh. I love animals so much.
We don't deserve them.
We don't deserve them.
We really don't.
You're adorable.
What do you got, Chloe?
Okay, so this has become somewhat of a meme.
I like a good meme.
And there's actually a clip from it at the beginning of a song. I believe it's Megan Thee Stallion's Captain Hook samples this. But I'll let you watch the video and enjoy it, and then I'll talk a little bit more about it after.
I cannot wait. Oh yes, subscribe to YouTube.
Subscribe to our Twitch channel.
Yes, and while you're okay.
Can you pull over to the side of the road, please? Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the volume inside of this bus is astronomical. It is way too loud. Mrs. Bennett and I are trying to have a conversation with each other, but we cannot even hear each other. Right, Mrs. Bennett? Mm-hmm. So as a result of this despicable behavior, talking will not be permitted on the rest of the journey back to school. And to Tammy, on behalf of myself and the rest of my 6th grade class, I am truly sorry for being disruptive to your driving. And for all of you, as you exit this bus, you will all formally apologize to Tammy. Am I connected to the Ethernet web? Hello? Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Clap once if you can hear me. Okay. Am I live? Everybody here? Okay. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 2 of online learning, courtesy of COVID-19. Did everybody do the homework that I assigned last night? Hello? Why is no one responding? Are you guys looking at your phones again? Guys, just because we're doing online learning and we're not inside of a classroom doesn't give you an invitation to scroll on your phones. If you guys continue to scroll on your phones, then I will request for a parent or guardian to be inside of the room during my online lessons.
Okay, cool. We can go ahead and cut it off there.
I made
the bus thing spoke to me.
Oh yeah, because we all know we've all had a teacher like that.
Oh yeah, well, that wasn't a teacher. That was a student. I think they were doing as a student talking to other students, or was that a teacher? Talking?
No, that was a teacher.
Oh yeah. No, I've been yelled at.
Bus
definitely.
flashbacks.
Well, I mean, I think I've mentioned this on the show before, but my bus rides as a youth were hour and a half, at least hour and a half bus rides. So things got pretty rowdy. We used to bring our boom boxes. I did this quite a few times.
You brought your boom box?
We would bring. They let us bring our boom box on the bus and let us play music.
Oh, your bus driver didn't just play the classic rock station?
Well, our buses didn't have radios.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, but then our buses got radios. Like with speakers that could play throughout the bus, and then we would always ask the bus driver to change the station.
I guess it is kind of a weird concept to have a radio on a bus. Anyway, I'm gonna think about that later. Yeah. But yeah, so this has become a meme, and so like whenever Whenever you read something and you connect with it or you feel called out, people now use this phrase of the volume of this bus on this bus is astronomical. And that it's my favorite thing. Because I just love like ridiculous phrasing like that.
The volume on this bus is astronomical. Oh, TikTok. Losing the back of the bus was cultural genocide in there.
Oh yeah, that's where the cool kids sat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We would fight over who got to sit in the very back of the bus.
Thank you.
Oh, look at that. We've got people joining us. Good morning, everyone. To those of you who decided to sleep in this morning and couldn't be bothered to wake up with the rest of us.
Matt, stop alienating our audience.
The volume on this bus is astronomical. No, not alienating. I'm so glad that you're awake and alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic, and
here we are
on the show.
Yeah.
So like coming up, let's talk about Halloween week real quick. We've got so much cool stuff going on this week on 2MB Studios. Saturday we have a QAW pay-per-view coming up, The Scared Circle. Which I'm super stoked about. So that's going to be Saturday. We've got the Mind Over Manor Halloween costume contest happening on Thursday. So it's Halloween here on 2MB Studios.
Halloween.
Very excited. Tomorrow night on the Boy Detectives, they're going to be doing the Halloween costume draft. So they're going to take Halloween costumes and put them into positions on a football team. And let me just say that the Boy Detectives have taught me more about football over the course of the last few weeks than I've really ever known about football, because I'm not a huge football fan. Never really got into it. I mean, my dad got into football, but
this show is tricking you into learning.
It is. It's tricking me into learning about football. And I can't even be mad because it's very entertaining to sit and watch them talk about it.
That's how they get you.
So yeah. So if you haven't already followed 2MB Studios, why don't you go ahead and hit that follow button, and you'll get an email every time we go live, so you won't miss any of the shows. And if you really like us and you want to help support the channel, hit that subscribe button. It's like $4.99 a month to subscribe at tier 1. You get all kinds of like cool little emotes that you can use. I just added a new QAW emote. I added a juice box to the tier 1 emotes. So you can use those now. But there's more emotes coming in the future. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you can connect that to your Twitch Prime and actually get a tier 1 subscription for free every month without spending any extra money.
Yeah.
So consider doing that. That would be very great. We just passed. I think we're at like 422 followers or something on the Twitch channel, which I'm very excited about. Yeah, we're growing and growing. So help spread the word of 2MB goodness.
Tell your friends.
Oh, we're at 430 now.
Wow, nice even number.
Yeah, that's a great number.
Yeah.
Very excited. Not that I keep track. No, Rachel and I are very similar. We both check our backstage 2MB Studios channel analytics multiple times in a day to just see if people are following the channel.
Mm-hmm.
And trying to understand. Rachel does a much better job at understanding the analytics than I do. I just look and I go, look at all these numbers that we made. We made these numbers. I don't know what they mean. But we made.
Who left these numbers here?
Who left these numbers here?
Thank you, Barbara.
Thank you, Barbara. Fantastic. So let's go ahead and bring on our next guest. I'm very excited to bring out this next gentleman. A fantastic musician, wonderful saxophone player. We're gonna hear some cool tunes today. Let's bring on Eddie Codrington. Eddie, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Hello.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing well. You know, I'm as you said, a musician, so it's been a while since I've been up with this early, but I'm happy to be here. You know, usually I go to bed around this time, but
Yeah. I just assumed that you were still up. I just assumed that you had gigs last night, and you're just like, you know what? I'm just gonna drink some Red Bull, some coffee, and just keep it going.
Just keep it, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Eddie, for joining us this morning. I know it is early. We had someone on last week from LA. So it was like super early for them. But you're just in the Midwest. So you're just an hour behind.
Yeah, you're out in Michigan, yeah?
Yeah, Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Yeah.
Nice.
So when is the last time, what kind of performances have you been doing?
A couple online stuff. I try not to do too many like online performances because like I don't know, it's not the same as playing live. So I try to focus on like I don't know, making videos or things that people can actually interact with. That isn't like, oh, I'm gonna hop on this live stream to watch jazz music. So I haven't done too many performances, and I think my last live performance was before the quarantine, so back in March, February, or something. So
people are starting to creep out to do like outdoor stuff. I was walking my dog and came across like a little outdoor seating area outside a cafe that had like a French horn and an oboe sitting there playing. I was like, oh, what a wonderful thing to see. Have you been doing any sort of outdoor kind of playing?
Yeah, I have one. What's today? Monday. I have one on Thursday. I'm a faculty member of this really awesome jazz academy here in Kalamazoo called Jazz and Creative Institute, and they have like a concert on Thursday that includes the faculty and all the ensembles that they run. So we'll be playing on Thursday, and it should be a lot of fun.
That sounds amazing. How long have you been there?
I've been teaching there for about I'd say a year or two, maybe. Probably I think 2 years. So
and who does that what's the age range? Who does that cater to?
It's a very wide age range. I think it's as young as like 6. And then my ensemble is all seniors. So I think people over 65. So it's really awesome.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's super cool. And do you just teach saxophone, or do you teach other things as well?
Sometimes I'll teach piano a little bit, and then other woodwinds like flute and clarinet. So kind of just a wide range, and then composition as well. And then I'm starting to teach production a little bit. So.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Now, saxophone is your main instrument. Yes.
Yeah.
Would you say? What would be your second, like do you have like a second instrument that you like really dig on?
Yeah, I probably, you might have seen it in some of my videos. I have this instrument called the electronic wind instrument, or the EWI. It's like that black licorice. It looks like a big jewel. It's kind of.
Is it just a big jewel?
I mean, hey, the secret's out. But yeah, the electronic wind instrument, I would say, is probably my second official instrument. I used to, it's normal for saxophone players in the jazz idiom to play flute and clarinet, just because that's usually how it goes. If you want to, if you're in a big band and you want to have some other woodwinds, it's normal to expect the saxophone section to play flute and clarinet. And then a lot of people who do like Broadway shows and musicals and stuff, they play maybe even oboe and bassoon. So there's a lot of like things that you can play, but I tried my hand at playing flute and clarinet, and I only got so far. So I'd say EWI is my real second instrument.
Have you done a lot of pit? Have you done a lot of pit work? Have you been in a lot of pits?
A little bit. There's a pretty good pit community here in Kalamazoo, and I try to, because I'm just so bad at it, and I don't like playing flute and clarinet. I try to, every year I'm always like, okay, this is the last year I'll do it. But they just keep pulling me back in, because it's good money. So So I've done quite a bit of musicals and plays and stuff.
That was always my favorite part of like like the rehearsal process for musical theater is doing the Sitzprobe with the orchestra for the first time.
Yeah.
And you're like singing with all that backing music, and you're like, you don't have a mic or anything. You're just kind of trying to out sing the band, which is
Exactly.
but it's so much fun, and it's just such a cool. It gives me goosebumps doing that. So we've got a couple videos we're going to show. Let's see. Why don't you talk to us about maybe the first one?
Which one's the
first one we're going to show?
Is it Something Light?
It can be, I'm sure.
Sure.
We've got a tech guy in the back. His name is Mike, and he is very talented. Awesome. So if he can pull things up like that, but I am bantering a little just to give him a little bit more time.
Yeah.
So go ahead. So Something Light. Talk to us about that.
Yeah. So Something Light it's from my EP that I just dropped October 1st on Bandcamp, and basically a lot of the tunes are. I think this is the other one. So this I Hate This Bird app actually.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I can talk about that. This tune again, it's from my EP that I released, and I wanted to do like a Wolfpack kind of funky thing. Most of these tunes that are on my EP, I was kind of just like, okay, what am I feeling like this week? Let me just make something. And then by the end of the summer, I had like 5 or 6 tunes, and I was like, okay, let me just make an album. But yeah, so this tune, I tried something cool with the editing. You've probably seen a lot of multi-screen things from a lot of musicians, and so it's become quite saturated. So I tried to change it up a little bit. I was like, okay, what if there were TV screens? So that's what this video is.
All right, let's take a look at it. Oh, that's fantastic. See, I got some.
Yeah.
So
I was like, oh, I have them. They're just sitting right here. Yeah.
Nice.
That's so cool. And it's great that you mentioned Wolfpack. I've been listening to a lot of him and Corey Wong.
Yeah.
Man, that stuff just gets you going. You can put it on and it just kind of lifts you. And that does that too. And you're right. The UE does look a lot like a jewel.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone told me that, I think like 2 years ago, and I haven't been able to unsee it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks a lot more like, I used to work at a cannabis dispensary, and it looks a lot like there's a brand of like vaporizer that you can buy that looks almost like exactly the same thing. It's like they just put a different like guts inside it to make it something different. But that sounds so cool. I love the sound that does.
Appreciate it.
Fantastic. So you just dropped an EP, you said October 1st on Bandcamp. What's that called?
So the EP is called Die. Dropped it, on October 1st on Bandcamp. That was also my birthday, my 24th birthday.
Oh, happy belated.
Hey.
So thank you. I figured, I was like, there's not really much going on for my birthday, so why don't I just drop an EP? So
yeah, as someone that also has had a quarantine birthday, and it's coming to the point where everyone might have a quarantine birthday this year.
Yeah.
I mean, we've only got a few more months of getting back to March, and then it'll have hit everybody.
Exactly.
But that's a wonderful use of your birthday time, is to drop that. So Bandcamp. Bandcamp.com, and what would they would search for? Die
they can search my name, Eddie Codrington, and that's one of the only things I have on Bandcamp, so it'll just come right up.
Fantastic. You also have a really cool song on Spotify that I'm a big fan of.
Oh, thank you.
So let's talk about let's go back and talk about the other video that we're going to show.
Yeah. So this tune is called Something Like. I was doing, I think, like early during quarantine, I was doing a bunch of recording, home recording. I was doing an album for with one of my buddies who lives in Ukraine. I was doing this album, and one of my friends who's a really fantastic drummer named Madison George, he was doing a lot of the drumming for these albums. And one day when we were done recording for the day, he was just like, "Hey, give me a time signature to plan." And I was like, "Okay, how about 7?" And then I was like, "Wait, no, everyone's playing in 7. How about 11?" And then he was like, "All right." And then just plays this groove. And then I recorded it. And then later I just chopped it up and made this tune with it. So this is kind of like a feature for him.
Oh, I cannot wait. Let's take a listen. It's okay. He needs a little bit more time to pull it up. It's all right.
Little technical difficulties. That's all right.
He's not sleeping. I can see that he's not asleep. He's awake.
Just a quick question.
God.
Want to make sure, what? Oh God! Why do you do that to me? I just want to make sure the video because there's a couple of different ones. Is this one How I Make Beats or Saxophone Army?
Oh, this is Saxophone Army.
Great.
So I
Just
looked at
making
them
sure.
in the email, but
No, you did. I was just making sure I had the right one. It was on me.
Totally.
Thank you, Mike.
I'll go
Mike
away.
Carr,
Thank you.
everyone. That's our wonderful producer, tech producer backstage. He's the Gelman to Chloe and I's Regis. Oh wow, that was so cool looking.
Really cool.
That was a fantastic video. What did you use to make that?
Yeah, I just, I use this video editing software. I think a lot of people are using either like Adobe Premiere or DaVinci Resolve. So I use DaVinci Resolve, and I was just like, okay, because again, there's a lot of the multi-screen music. Like I think as soon as the quarantine happened, every musician was just like, bam, here's 6 of me. Let me, do this. So again, I was trying to make it, different in some way. So I just got rid of the different screens and put myself all on one screen.
That's such a cool. It was like it's so well produced. That's such a cool, trippy little video. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
We had a question in the chat, Rachel. Was wondering kind of where your inspirations for this album came from.
Yeah, couple different places. So each track on the album is like kind of a vastly different vibe, and that's from just kind of just living in quarantine, trying to stay sane and make myself try to keep myself busy. So each tune is different. So I think the I Hate This Bird app is from that's like a Wolfpack thing. Something light, that was just me hanging with my friends. And then the title track Die, that has a lot of undertones from like the resurgence of the Black Lives Matter movement. So that's kind of like that going on, and I'm also a huge like anime fan. I've been an anime fan since like age 4. So there's all the lyrics in that tune are from different anime that I've seen over the years, and so it's just kind of pulling from a lot of different sources. And I think the tricky thing was trying to make somewhat of a cohesive narrative, and I think I was able to do it a little bit, I think, but it's still there's just so much to pull from. There's not like a single source. So
Rachel is asking if you've seen Dorohedoro.
No, that's on my list. Dorohedoro. I think that's
that too. That too.
I think that's one of the ones on Netflix that I think actually Meg Thee Stallion was talking about that a couple months ago, but it's on my list.
Yeah, I've seen a couple episodes of the Avatar cartoon, but that's about as into anime as I've gotten.
That's something good to be into. I love that show.
I'm very anime adjacent. Like I know, like a lot of people that I know and am friends with, they're all huge anime fans. That's not anime, Matt.
It's so polarizing. There's anime fans who are like, that's not anime, and then there's anime fans who are like, that is anime. But
right,
yeah, because it's made in America, so technically.
I think
you're right. It
pulls so much from anime style, art style. So
yeah. What were your what were the first animes that you started out with? Because I know that I was on like Toonami, Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. I have 3 older sisters. So the first anime I was actually watching, I was like 4. I was watching Sailor Moon, and I was just crazy about it. I was watching Sailor Moon and Super Gals, like a lot of these like really obscure anime. And then I think with Toonami, that was like my first real, like I think that's when they were playing like Naruto and Dragon Ball Z had already done its thing. But
I was a little bit before you. We had Dragon Ball Z and Inuyasha, and I think what was his name? The guy with the slicked back green hair.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yu Yu Hakusho, yeah.
That's one of my all-time favorites, yeah.
Wow,
so
sounds like there's like a list. There's a good list.
Yeah.
Matt, there's more than one anime.
What? What?
Yeah, there are several.
There's several. So there's like 10.
There's one anime and it's Avatar. That's it.
And then the spin-offs. There's the spin-off for that as well. So what would you suggest as someone, like for someone that has never seen anime before, what would you say should be the first actual anime that they watch?
Yeah, I usually and I've had a lot of I try to hit people to anime here in Kalamazoo, and it's tough. But I think the first one that I found the most success with is The Promised Neverland, which came out like last year or something. But the reason why is because it's an anime, but it's not like it's not like a stereotypical anime. Like it's kind of a thriller, and the story is like really interesting. And I think you don't have to like anime to get into it. So I think that would be the one that I would suggest.
And it's called The Promised Neverland?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll check that out. I because I want to learn. I want to know what people are enjoying.
I think you'd like it. The premise, it's there's a bunch of these kids who are in this like orphanage, and they find out something very terrifying. They find out that it's not really an orphanage. It's basically a farm, like for children. They're being eaten.
No.
No.
And they have to escape. So and it's like one of those psychological, intellectual. That's where it's like very anime, because these kids who are like 12, they're just like Einsteins making all these like crazy plots of how to leave, and it's very interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Promised Neverland. And yes, Rachel, I promise that I will watch it.
There we go.
If I can find it.
Perfect for spooky season.
It is. Yeah,
perfect.
Futurama's actually doing a Halloween, or Adult Swim's doing like a Halloween marathon of it, so it's perfect.
Oh, really?
Awesome.
Okay. I do have I have Adult Swim and what is it? Crunchyroll, yeah. Crunchyroll on the HBO Max.
Nice.
So if it is on there, I will try to I'm sorry, not try. I will watch it.
Perfect.
I will make the time to watch it. Eddie, thank you so much for coming on today. Check out Eddie Codrington.com. Check out his new Die. Sounds fantastic. I cannot wait to listen. And hopefully we'll have you back at some point, and we can hear some more saxophone. I love that.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks so much for having me, guys.
Yeah, Eddie, have a great day. Thanks.
Take care.
Such good guests today.
Yeah.
I'm feeling very enriched, and I have so many new nicknames.
We're learning so much.
Matt New Weeb Fear, Matt Crunchyroll Fear. That one, sorry, Bella, you're a little late on that one. I've already had that one. So Chloe.
Yes.
It is, as I said, National Pumpkin Day.
Yes.
And I have, look at all those pumpkins. And I have a little, I looked up a Sporkle quiz.
Oh, sweet.
And I have a Sporkle quiz here. It's called Pumpkin Spice Movie Quiz.
Oh boy. Okay.
So let's see. I'm just going to share my screen here so you can see this. So this is the we're going to fix the movie line that has been replaced by pumpkin spice by finding the correct word that matches up. Okay.
Oh, this is exciting.
We've got 7 minutes to do 20 questions. I think we have plenty of time.
I think we can do it.
So let's play that quiz. I think of a man and I take away pumpkin spice and accountability. As good as it gets.
I think it's logic.
Logic. Let's see if logic is one of them.
Reason, logic, or reason?
Reason.
There we go.
Yes, correct. They call me Mr. Pumpkin Spice. In the heat of the night. I know that one. That is Tibbs. That's like Pumbaa says it too in Lion King. Pumpkin spice, for lack of a better word, is good. From the movie Wall Street.
I don't know this one.
You don't know this one. I do know this one. It is Greed. I believe. Yes.
Greed.
3 for 0. We're killing it, Chloe. Still got plenty of time.
You're killing me, Smalls.
You're killing me, Smalls. Yes. Show me the pumpkin spice.
Oh, please do. That would be money.
That would be money. Yes. I'm going to make him a pumpkin spice he can't refuse.
Man, I wish someone would do that for me. Offer.
Offer. Yes. Offer. Good, bad. I'm the guy with the pumpkin spice. Army of Darkness, amazing film to watch over the Halloween week.
I feel like I'm familiar with this quote as like.
We've only got 5 minutes left, so we have to.
Jim Carrey. I feel like Jim Carrey used this in The Mask somehow, but I don't actually know the line.
It's gun. It's good, bad. I'm the guy with the gun.
Okay.
Yes. Great. Open the pumpkin spice bay doors, Hal. I actually used to say this as a kid all the time because my parents would watch this movie. Do you know what this is?
I don't know. I know the movie.
It's pod.
Doors.
The pod bay doors, Hal. I feel the need for pumpkin spice.
Don't we all? I think it's speed.
It is speed, yeah. Today will be a day long remembered. It has been the death of Kenobi and will soon see the end of the pumpkin spice.
What? Clone Wars? I don't know.
No, it's a Star Wars. No, it's Rebellion, I believe. Yes, 10 for 10.
Rebellion, okay.
All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my pumpkin spice. Oh, so many pictures.
Close up.
Ugh, gross. Close up. Yes. Sorry, I had to get rid of the pictures of Drumpf there. They were making me a little nauseous. The greatest trick the pumpkin spice ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
Oh.
The usual suspects.
Oh, I don't know.
It's the devil. Yes.
There it is.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in pumpkin spice anymore.
Not in Kansas anymore.
Not in Kansas. And you can see the words there too are kind of they're getting lower here, so we should be good. Made it, Ma. Top of the pumpkin spice. White Heat, which is a movie I have not seen.
Yeah. Top of the world, top of the heap,
top of the martini. I think top of the world is correct. Oh, killing it.
We got
What's in the pumpkin spice?
What's in the
pumpkin spice?
It's box.
It is box. It's
I wish I
Gwyneth
had a box of
Paltrow's
pumpkin
head.
spice.
The stuff that pumpkin spice are made of. Dreams. Yeah. Tell them to go out there with all they got and win just one for the pumpkin spice. Newt Rockney.
The Gipper.
Or
something. Yeah.
Gipper is correct. A pumpkin spice, shaken, not stirred.
Oh, yeah. Martini.
Martini, yeah. It's not chickens.
Not chickens.
Bring me 4 fried pumpkin spices and a Coke.
I think that one's chickens.
That one is chickens, yes. We'll always have pumpkin spice.
Oh, Paris.
And look at us, 20 for 20.
We're geniuses. Excellent.
Well done. We should play Sporkle quizzes together more often because we would do better than I normally do by myself.
Yeah. It's a team effort.
Yeah. I'm sorry. There's been some conversation here in the chat that I'm just catching up on here. Matt identifies with jokes. That's why he's punkin.
Oh, they gotcha.
Yeah, Bella, I was happy you were here at the start, and now I don't know that I still am.
I'm glad you're here.
I still am. Thank you, and I'm glad you're here, Chloe.
Cool.
What a great show today has been. We've still got a little bit of time.
Yeah.
We definitely should do our quiz, our
trivia
answer.
Answer.
But before we do that, Mike's like, oh, look at that. He has it up, ready to go.
He's ready. Ready this time.
No, let's go ahead and do that now. He had it up. It's great. Early jack-o'-lanterns were made by carving what? The answer is potatoes and turnips.
Potatoes.
And turnips.
Turnips.
So, yeah.
Spooky.
So it turns out that since the carving of the potatoes and the turnips was a Celtic kind of pagan ritual that they would do around the Halloween times, and then when they came over to the New World, they found pumpkins and were like, "Hey, these are easier to carve than pumpkins and potatoes." So yeah, turnips are terrifying. Have you seen a turnip that has been turned into a jack-o'-lantern?
Yeah, no, it's they're scary.
They're not they're not for the weak of heart. And that's where Mr. Potato Head came from. Is actually a pagan. Mr. Potato Head is a pagan, figure, and should be embraced as such.
Yeah. Have you ever had mashed turnips?
You know what? I have. There's a place near Lexington called Wilson's Farm that I really, really like to go to, and they do like around the Thanksgiving time they put out all these sides, like pre-prepared sides.
So
that
cool.
you can buy, but it's all like fresh made. And
Yeah.
they do like a turnip puree, and it's very like a mashed
Pretty
turnip.
tasty. That's interesting to me. I guess I'm not sure I understand why mashed potatoes are still so big, but like turnips, just people are not interested. They went out of fashion.
Yeah, but because they're good, but they're weird. Like 'cause they're sweet, but they're not.
Yeah.
It's a weird like texture thing. I'm not a huge turnip fan, especially when I have potatoes. It's like I'd rather have sweet potatoes.
The potatoes are easier to cut too, aren't they?
You know what? I've never
Convenient
fixed
thing.
a turnip, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, you got to machete those.
And wouldn't you know it, my machete's in the shop.
In the
being
shop.
sharpened. Also, fun fact, speaking of machete, you know Danny Trejo played Machete in the movie.
Yeah.
And that is actually a spin-off or a spin-off of the movie Spy Kids. It's the same. I do not turn up for turnips. Boof, if you and Bella could just both see yourselves to the fun room.
Yeah.
So
Let us.
So yeah, Danny Trejo,
turn
his
to the-
character in Machete was also in the movie Spy Kids.
Kids, that's
Yeah,
insane.
I just found that out a couple weeks ago.
Wow,
Never seen either of those movies, but I think it's very entertaining.
it is. Matt, what spooky movie are you gonna watch this season?
Oh, that's a wonderful question. I honestly don't know. I will probably end up watching Nightmare Before Christmas because I do love that. And Mike Carr and I were actually just talking about a scary movie. Mike, what movie were we talking about? We were talking about a movie that we were going to watch for Halloween that's kind of scary, but not like scary.
Dale and Tucker versus Evil.
I do love that movie. That is a wonderful.
It's a pretty great movie.
That is a wonderful scary movie. You know what kind of scary movies that I'm really into though? Is the ones I've seen most of them, but they scare the bejesus out of me are the Paranormal Activity movies.
Oh no. Mm-mm.
Those movies scared the crap. I've seen the first three. So I've seen the original, I know they made a fourth one and I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen the first three. They're so good.
I'm just not into ghosts.
I prefer Normal Activities.
Same. Like I'm not so scared by like monsters and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like things that you can't see.
Yeah. And that's the thing about that movie is it's all like ambient. There's no soundtrack. It's all ambient like sounds that are happening around, and then just shit happening.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like practical effects that they use and things like that. There's a scene in Paranormal Activity. I think it's the second one where they're in the kitchen filming something, and then all of a sudden all the cabinets in the kitchen just bam open all at the same time, and I have never screamed so loud in my life. Like I was watching it at home and I freaked out. I must have jumped at least.
You watching it by yourself?
No, I was
good.
watching it. I was watching it with my roommates.
Oh.
Yeah, it was.
That's mistake number one. Don't watch horror movies by yourself.
Yeah. Well, when I saw the first Paranormal Activity, I saw it in the theaters with a group of friends.
Yeah.
And that was when I was living by myself. And I actually had to have one of my friends come home with me. And we ended up watching John Mulaney, stand up.
That'll reset you.
Before I could be okay. I feel safe and calm enough that I can go to bed.
John Mulaney makes us all feel safe.
Right? It's true. Chloe doesn't want me to be afeared. And that's why Chloe is my co-host, is because she cares about my well-being as I
looking out for you.
care about yours. The more scary movies make me wait for the. Oh God!
Oh yeah, it's the anticipation. That's
Yeah.
Like the psychological stuff is just that's what gets to me.
What about you, Chloe? What are you going to be? What are your Halloween go-tos?
Well, so I've already watched Hocus Pocus. I'm probably gonna watch Halloween Town.
Yeah, that's on the Disney. That's on the Disney Plus.
Yeah, it's a classic. It's Marnie discovers that she's a witch, and her mom was trying to keep it from her because she wants her to not be a witch. But mischievous grandma shows up and is like, "Hey, you're a witch. Let's do witch stuff."
Yeah.
And they go to this magical place called Halloween Town where they ride a bus. And it goes
who plays
through
the
dimensions.
grandma in Halloween Town? She's a famous.
Oh no, I don't think I have it.
Let's see.
We gotta find out.
No, Mike's on it. I see Mike typing away. He is
Halloween Town is good.
on it.
Halloween Town 2. If you like the first one, it's worth watching. Halloween Town 3, skip it.
Skip it. Don't go for the
Skip
trilogy.
No.
Have you seen Ernest Scared Stupid?
No.
If you can find that, that is definitely a fun Halloween movie to watch. Debbie Reynolds, yes,
it's Debbie Reynolds.
I love Debbie Reynolds so much.
So good.
Have
She makes
you
an excellent
seen,
witch.
Yeah. Have you seen The Ref with Dennis Leary? It's a little problematic because Kevin Spacey's in it.
And Dennis Leary.
And Dennis Leary, but Debbie Reynolds plays the mother-in-law, and she's absolutely hysterical.
Oh my gosh!
But anyway, yes, Ernest Scared Stupid. If you get a chance, that's a wonderful, fun Halloween movie where Ernest P. Worrell, one of my favorite characters, played by Jim Varney, who R.I.P. Love Jim Varney. He.
Hard agree.
Yeah.
Hard agree on the Stevie comparison.
Oh, she's a hot older, like an older Stevie Nicks. Yeah. So check that out. Halloween Town 1 and 2. Skip the 3.
Yeah.
Ernest Scared Stupid.
Those are our official recs.
Those are our official Hello World Halloween What You Watching Rex. That was kind of an impromptu What You Watching.
It was.
I love that.
It was.
So before we sign off, we're officially at time, but we haven't done birthdays yet. So I do want to do some quick birthdays here before we say goodbye for the week. Today, let's see, Jackie Coogan, who played Uncle Fester in the original Addams Family. There he is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What a face.
Yeah. Carrie Elwes, one of my, look at put. Well, no, what does he say? Drop your sword. Yeah. Oh, so good. And Bob Hoskins, also birthday, R.I.P. Bob Hoskins. Let's see. Tuesday, Kelly Osbourne and Roberto Benigni. Wednesday, Julia Roberts and Gwendolyn Christie, who played Brienne of Tarth in Game of Thrones. Love her.
Oh, hell yeah.
Thursday, everybody's favorite Bob Ross, Winona Ryder. And then Friday, Ben Bailey from Cash Cab and Henry Winkler.
Happy birthday.
Some good birthdays this
Henry
week.
Winkler.
I am a huge Henry Winkler fan. I love him as Dr. The Parks and Rec. He plays John Ralphio's Mr. Saperstein, Dr. Saperstein.
Dr. Saperstein.
Yeah, he plays John and Mona Lisa Ralphio Saperstein's.
I just want everyone to know there was a rumor going around that Henry Winkler and Tom Hanks don't get along. It's not true.
Oh, thank God.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Oh, thank God.
There's two of the most wholesome people who've ever existed.
It's true. And if they didn't get along, my world would be ruined.
Shattered. I know.
So that's our show, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. And keep an eye on 2MB Studios for all the fun Halloween shenanigans this week. And we'll be back next week, and I'll have some fun Maine tales to tell.
Maine tales.
So happy Halloween, Chloe.
Happy Halloween, Matt.
And we'll see you all next week. Bye.
Goodbye, world.